Let's start. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good evening, everyone. Okay, thank you for your patience. So, today we are talking about Paticcasamuppada. So we finish up to birth, right? So today the last one, aging and death. Aging and death. Jara-marana. With the birth as condition, aging and death. So here, aging and death is the most important one, right? So the other sufferings are secondary. Sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, despair come to be. Because we have a birth, so because of that, we have an aging. We have a death. We have a sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. So all these suffering, because of birth, we were born, right? We were born in this life. So death arises the whole mass of suffering. Dukkha khandasa samudayo hoti. Death arises the whole mass of suffering. So we talk about starting from ignorance, right? Because of ignorance, we have a sankhara, karma formation. Starting from that, and because of existence, we will have a birth. Because of birth, we will have a aging and death. So this is the whole mass of suffering started from ignorance, right? Ignorance. So today we completed the arising formula of divine origination. So today we'll talk about what is aging and death. Aging and death, right? So birth is inevitably followed by aging and death. So in any existence, right? In any existence, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, despair naturally come with them. So thus, the whole mass of suffering arises depending on one another. Even you was born as a deva in heavenly realm, aging and death will come. Even as a Brahma, which is a very high realm, and also their very long life. So their lifespan, you cannot calculate how many years, how many billions of years like that. But it's suffering. The life in the Brahma realm also subject to suffering, because the birth in the Brahma realm followed by aging and death. Aging and death. But of course, their aging may not be like the aging as a human being like that, right? So therefore, any existence, when you were born in any existence as a deva, as a Brahma, right, is suffering. Because you start with the birth, right, jati. If there is a jati, then there will be aging and death. So I will quote Parivimansaka Sutta from Samdha Nikaya. the original aging and death. If you want to know Paticcasamuppada according to teachings of the Buddha or the original teachings of the Buddha, you can read Nidana Sanyota. Nidana means causation or causality. In other words, cause and effect. Cause and effect. So there are more than 100 suttas there. So it will be the original teachings of the Buddha. So it will be really amazing for you to understand, to evaluate your understanding about divine origination. Nidana Sanyota, Samyutta Nikaya, chapter 12. Chapter 12. So in Nidana Sanyota, in Parivimansaka Sutta, the Buddha said that as he thoroughly investigates, he understands that the many diverse kinds of suffering that arise in the world, headed by aging and death. Many diverse kinds of suffering, right? As a human being, aging, is suffering because many people afraid of aging, right? Even last week, one of our students approached me and talked to me, afraid to be old age, right? Yeah, it's unavoidable, right? Because we are the path. So what we have to prepare is how to face this reality, right? Aging with the dignity, or like that, right? People say, aging with the dignity. Maybe the most important thing is how to live alone. That's the most important, I think. How to live alone. So when you grow older, most of the time you have to spend alone, right? So you can look around you. So when you are in a hospital bed or when you're going to die, the moment you're going to die, so you have to know how to live alone. That's the most important, right? That's the most important. So here, the many diverse kinds of suffering headed by aging and death. This suffering has birth, jati, as its source, birth as its origin, and it is born and produced from birth. You were born here, because of that, you are subject to old age and death. Sorrow, lamentation, grief, despair, like that, right? So that's the nature of life, the nature of life. So it talk about the philosophy of life in Buddhism, right? In Buddhism. When there is birth, aging, and death comes to be. It's clear, it looks simple, right? It looks simple, but it's not simple teaching, right? When there is no birth, aging and death does not come to be. Looks simple, but very difficult to accept. We want to be born as a kind of one existence, right? We afraid to stop existence, right? When the Buddha and Arahant died, no craving for existence, no tanha, right? So because of that, no craving, no clinging, no upadana. No clinging, no existence. But if there's no existence, there will be no birth. no jati. No jati, no old age, no death. Can you accept it? Not easy, right? But some people who really encounter with different type of suffering in their life, they accept it. They accept it. But most people, we crave for a kind of existence, right? Kind of existence. So therefore, many religions, so they come forward with a kind of ideology. If you follow our religion, you have to live forever. Eternity, right? Eternity. That's the expectation given by many, many religions. So Buddhism say, no existence, better, right? So therefore, the Buddha said that mindfulness is the way to deathless. Mindfulness is the way to deathless. If you practice mindfulness, in other words, if you practice the Noble Eightfold Path headed by mindfulness, you do not have any craving. No craving for existence, no rebirth, right? No existence. No existence, no birth. If there's no birth, no die, right? No death. Deathless, deathless. Apamado amata patan, pamado mejino patan. So if you are not mindful, then you will die. You will die in many life, right? Many life. So when you look at this teaching, it looks simple, but it's not. It's not. It needs a lot of courage to remove our craving to existences, right? When I was young, I used to read the biography of the Buddhas, past Buddhas, and also future Buddhas, Arimathea. Then I have a craving for an existence during the time of future Buddha Arimathea. When I die, then I want to be born at the time of the Buddha Arimathea. We're kind of craving for existence. Then after some time, maybe when I grow up, then I begin to realize Gautama Buddha preached the Noble Eightfold Path and Four Noble Truths. Arimathea Buddha also will preach the Noble Eightfold Path and Four Noble Truths. It will be the same, right? Why? We want to wait for the future Buddha, right? So from the time onward, I don't have any dream about, becoming an arahant during the time of Arimathea, future Buddha. So of course, if we can finish this life, better, right? No birth, no aging, and no death. That will be the cessation of suffering. Cessation of suffering. That will be 100 Nibbana. 100 cessation of suffering. Right? So 100 cessation of suffering. Okay, so this is up to now, we already completed Paticcasamuppada, the wheel of life. Visuddhimagga mentioned Paticcasamuppada as the wheel of life. Because of ignorance, then volitional formation or karma formation arise. Because of that, consciousness, mind and matter, 6 sense species, contact, feeling, craving, clinging, existence, birth, and aging and death. Aging and death. So we call it 12 factors, right? 12 factors. So we use sake object to show dependent origin, how they are linking each other, right? How they are linking each other. the wheel of life. Up to now, any question regarding with the jati, jara, marana, aging and death? When you look at Pati Vimansaka Sutta, very clear, right? Our suffering in our life, headed by aging and death, originated from birth. Why we have a birth? Because of existence. Why existence? Because of clinging. Why? Then because of craving, like that. So we can go back to up to ignorance. No question, right? Okay. Then, so here is one of the important information. We can call it commentary interpretation of divine origination. Divine origination simply means cause and effect. Because of it, that happened, right? So we completed 12-fold formula, which is the most popular one. The most popular one to explain. Some causes, they don't have 12 factors. They have 11, they have 10. Some causes, they have only maybe 6, like that. Some causes, they have only 5, 4. Some causes only 2 factors, right? Like Yankinchi, Samudiyadaman, Sapandani Radaman, right? It's the only 2. So, according to Oliver Binayake is my professor, my teacher when I was studying in Sri Lanka. So when he talk about the noble truths, 4 noble truths, and he talk about this. Patisambhida Magga comes forward for the first time, with the 3 temporal or 3 cycle interpretation of divine origination. So 3 cycle means you have a past life, present life, and future life, right? So this theory started from Patisambhida Magga, then followed by Visuddhimagga. So therefore, we use Visuddhimagga interpretation. Normally, we use it, and which is also logical, and we can go back to some suttas as well. So Patisambhida Magga is, we call it post-canonical text. Not a commentary, we don't use commentary, post-canonical text. So that means it's not a canonical one, Pali Canon, but it is important text just like a Pali Canon. So according to tradition, Patisambhida Magga was prepared by Venerable Sariputta at the time of the Buddha. Anyway, we incorporate Patisambhida Magga into Pali Canon because it's important. Patisambhida Magga. It mentions the 3 temporal or 3 cycle, right? 3 cycle method. Past life, present life, and future life. So we'll study based on that. So before that, we need to know what are the 12 factors or 12 links. In Pali, we call it anga. You already know, number 1, ignorance. Number 2, volitional formation. Consciousness, mind and matter. 6, sense basis, contact, feeling, or sensation. Craving, clinging, existence, birth, aging and death. So that is, we call it 12 factors. So here, sorrow, lamentation, pain, etc. are not shown as a separate links or separate factor. because they are just the secondary consequences of birth, right? If you have a birth, you have a aging and death. But sorrow also, secondary one, right? When you were born as a human being, as a deva, as a Brahma, because of that sorrow, right? Lamentation will arise like that. Another one is, we call it 3 period or 3 times, atta or kala. Ignorance, avijja, karma formation or volitional formation, sankhara, belong to the past life, belong to the past. Birth and aging and death belong to the future, The intermediate 8 factors belong to the present, So this 3 temporal or 3 cycle theory started from Patisambhida Magga. So we explain 3 period of time. Again, ignorance and volitional formation, they are past causes. The causes in the past life. Because of that, you have consciousness. In other words, rebirth consciousness, mind and body, 6 sense bases, contact and feeling, they are present life, present life. Because of past causes, you have a present effect. You have a mind and body, simply mind and body, right? Mind and body. Eye, ear, nose, tongue, the body and mind, right? Because of that, you see something, you hear something, craving, clinging will arise, no? Clinging arise, including karma formation. Because of craving and clinging, you create some form of karma. We call it karma formation. So these are the present causes. After seeing something, after hearing something, after eating, smelling, touching, thinking, you have a craving and clinging. Because of craving and clinging, you perform good and bad deed, right? Good and bad deed. So these are the present causes you are for to have a future rebirth, future birth, aging and death. So birth, aging and death are future effect. So this is one of the controversial issues among the scholars. So they have a difficulty to accept this 3 temporal method, right? Temporal method. But Visuddhimagga, what the Visuddhimagga mention is a logical. Later I will come to that. Right? I will come to that. So here, existence is divided into 2. Karma existence. Because of craving and clinging, the karma come into existence. They call it karma existence. Karma into being, right? Into being. And also we have a upapati existence, right? Upapati existence. Another one is we have a 3 connections or 3 junctions. 3 connections, sandhi. So between past causes and present effect, there is a 1 link or 1 connection, right? 1 connection. Because of ignorance and karma formation in the past life, you have consciousness, mind and body, 6 sense bases, contact and feeling. They arise. So here, consciousness, mind and body, all these 5, simply mind and body. Simply, we call it sometimes 5 aggregate. simply sometimes we call it 6 sin species, right? 6, 8 external and internal bases, whatever you call it. Sometimes you call it nama rupa, mind and body, mind and matter, right? Sometimes 5 aggregate, sometimes 6 sin species, or sometimes you can call it 80 elements, 80 elements like that, right? So here, there is one link or one connection between past causes and present effect. So there is another link, another connection between present effect and present causes. Present causes. Because of mind and body, you have a craving, clinging. Because of craving and clinging, you perform kind of karma, right? Kind of karma. That's what karma formation, karma existence. That's the one link. So we also have another link between present causes and future effect. Future effect. Present causes and future effect. Because of present causes in this life, you will have a birth, aging and death in the next life. Next life. So we have a 3 link, right? 3 link. So here I will explain using the chart from Comprehensive Meaning of Abhidhamma, Bhikkhu Body book. So here you have 3 periods, right? Past, present, and future. Same, right? In the past, you have ignorance and formation. In the future, you will have birth and decay. Birth, aging, and death. Aging and death. Aging and death. But so here, intermediate 8 factors will belong to the present. Present. So the 3 period. We have 12 factors, right? 12 factors. So we will have a 4 group here, 4 group. So past causes, 1 group, right? Past causes, 1 group. Present effect, 1 group. And present causes, 1 group. And future effect, 1 group. So we have a 20 mode. This is the most important part, 20 mode. I don't know whether you can see. We have a 20 mode, 20 modes. So here, when we talk about past causes, only 2, right? Ignorance and karma formation, only two. So according to Visuddhimagga, ignorance is a defilement in our mind, right? So we also another 2 defilements in Nibbana origination. They are craving and clinging. Craving and clinging. So altogether 3 defilements, right? 3 defilements among the 12 factors. 12 factors. Ignorance is a defilement that you find in the past causes, right? Then craving and clinging are also defilements in the present causes. Altogether 3 defilements. So you can see that, right? By taking ignorance in this group, you also have to take another 2 defilements, craving and clinging. Number 8 and 9, right? 8 and 9, right? So here, karma formation is a karma, right? Karma formation is a karma. So this is a, we call it defilements, karma, right? Karma. we also have another karma formation. Another karma formation. So here, number 10. Number 10. Karma existence. Karma existence. So in the past cause, because of ignorance, you create karma formation, right? In the present causes, because of craving and clinging, you have karma existence. That means one part of karma, right? One part of karma. So therefore, even though in the past cause, in this group, even though you see only two, ignorance and karma formation, you have to take the other two factors under the defilement. Craving and clinging, right? Sorry. Craving and clinging. Because they are the same as far under the name of defilements, right? Defilements. So that means ignorance, craving, and clinging. By taking karma formation, you also have to take karma existence, because the same nature, right? They are under the karma, they are the same. So therefore, by taking karma formation in the first group, you also have to take karma existence from the third group, right? From the third group. So it became five mode, right? Five mode. Number 1, ignorance. Number 2, karma formation. Number 8, craving. Number 9, clinging. Number 10, karma existence. So it became 5, right? So they are, in other words, we can understand, when you see ignorance, but you have to understand it's not ignorance alone, together with craving and clinging, right? Because of ignorance, craving and clinging, you create karma formation. Karma formation. Not only karma formation, you create karma existence together, right? So these 5 come together. So because of, when you talk about past causes, normally we know only 2, right? According to Visuddhimagga, there's a 5. So ignorance, craving, clinging, karma formation, and karma existence, altogether 5. Because of these 5 causes, you will have present effect, 5 present effect. Because of 5 past causes, you will have 5 present effect. So they are consciousness, mind and matter, 6 sense species, contact and feeling. These 5 belong to the present effect in this life. Suppose, to make it easier, in this life, you have a consciousness, mind and body, 6 sense species, contact and feeling. Simply, they are mind and body, right? Simply, they are 5 aggregate. 5 aggregate. This mind and body in our life, in other words, 5 aggregate, arises because of past 5 causes. Not two, right? 5 past causes. So because of this mind and body, you see something, you hear something. Then craving, clinging arise again. Because of craving and clinging, you have karma existence. Karma existence, right? Karma existence. So when you see here, you see only three. But when we follow according to Visuddhimagga, 5. So here, craving and clinging are defilements. Then we still have another defilement. What? Ignorance. All right. So here, by taking craving and clinging, you also have to take ignorance, because they are the same under the name of defilements. So here, you take karma existence. Karma existence. Karma existence is a karma, right? So you also have another type of karma in the past cause, karma formation, right? So here, even though you see only 3 causes, present causes, so you have to understand there are 5, right? Ignorance also incorporated there because of defilements nature. And also karma formation also added into this group because it is karma, right? It's karma. So when you see this one, craving, clinging, and existence, so you have to understand here, right? Number 8, craving. Number 9, clinging. Number 10, karma existence. Karma existence. So here, number 1 and 2 also need to incorporate it here, because ignorance is defilement, similar to craving and clinging. Karma formation also defilements, right? Karma, similar to karma existence. So therefore, when we talk about present causes, 5. Because of 5 present causes, we will have a birth, aging, and death in future existence, future life. So here, when we talk about birth, decay, and death, they are just conventional terms. Conventional terms. So when we go to ultimate terms or ultimate reality, they are just 5 factors. Consciousness, consciousness, mind and matter, 6 sense species, contact and feeling. So that means in future life, next life, the consciousness me, the path of consciousness, the path of mind and matter, the path of 6 sense species, contact and feeling. So you are 5 factors was born in the new life. And aging, so after you were born, so you are 5 aggregate, you are nama rupa, will grow old, right? You'll be aging. The next life, your 5 aggregate, in other words, your mind and body will die. So even though we use the word birth, decay, and death, so they are just conventional terms. So when we taught them, when you explain by using ultimate terms or ultimate reality way, they are just 5 factors. So they are consciousness, mind and matter, 6 sense species, contact and feeling. So therefore we here, when we talk about future effect, 5 factor, right? 5 mode. So that means, what are the 5? Number 3 to number 7. Number 3 to number 7. So in that way, it became 20 modes, right? In the first one, in the first group, you have ignorance, karma formation, craving, clinging, and existence, right? Because of these 5, you will have a present 5 effects. Consciousness, mind and matter, 6 sense species, contact and feeling. So as you have mind and body in this life, you will have another 5 causes: craving, clinging, existence, ignorance, and karma formation. So because of 5 present causes, you will have 5 future effects. So what are the 5 future effects? And the path of consciousness, mind and matter, 6 sense species, contact and feeling. And decay and the death of these 5. So altogether, 20 modes. It's logical, right? So when you study Visuddhimagga, it became logical. So we're trying to divide 12 factors into three periods, right? 3 periods: past life, future life, and present life. Okay. Any question? Okay. Here, because this is the most complicated one.
Bante, what is the difference between karma formation and karma existence? Karma is action, right?
You're right.
So what's the difference, karma formation and karma existence?
They are the same under the name of karma. The difference is karma formation belongs to the past. The karma existence belongs to the present, right? That's all. Very simple, right?
Thank you.
They're the same, right? They are just actions, right? Okay. No question. Okay. Then here, 3 connection. We already talked about 3 connection and 3 round. So round me, just like a wheel, right? Because of this happened, because this happened, because this happened, going around samsara, right? 3 round. So here you can see that the round defilements. So what are the defilements? Number 1, ignorance. Number 8, craving. Number 9, clinging. So these are the 3 defilements. Because of these 3 defilements, you create karma. We call it round karma, right? Round karma. So what are the karma? Karma is number 2, karma formation. Number 10, one part of number 1. One part, only one part. Karma formation, right? Karma existence. Only one part. So because of defilement, we create karma. Because of karma, you have a result, like a path, consciousness, the path of consciousness, etc. Etc. So after having the result, mind and body, you see something, you hear something, then you have a craving again, clinging again, ignorance again. Because of defilements, you create karma. Because of karma, you have a result. Because of result, ignorance, craving, clinging, etc. Right? So it goes, we cannot stop the wheel of life. We cannot stop samsara. We cannot stop samsara. So therefore, what we have to do is you need to cut off defilements, right? Defilements. If you don't have ignorance, craving, and clinging, then there will be no karma. If there's no karma, there will be no result, no birth, no aging and death. You can look at the life for an arahant. So no ignorance in their speech, in their bodily action, in their mind. So therefore, no craving, no clinging. They don't have a defilement in their mind. No defilement, they are not doing any karma. So here, karma means they have a bodily action, they have a verbal action, they have a mental action. Their actions are called what? Kriya, Very beautiful, right? Really beautiful. We don't call their actions as a karma. We call their action as a kriya. Function, just function. They talk something because it is necessary to talk. There's no hidden agenda in their mind, They do something not motivated by lobha, dosa, moha, not motivated by ignorance, craving, and clinging. They just do it because it is important to do, something to do, right? Something to do. So there's no craving, no expectation in the action. So therefore we call it kriya, functional mind. Functional mind. Simply we call it samsara, right? So we have a two roots. So the main two rules, ignorance and craving. Ignorance from the past to the present, craving from present to the future. So they are the root. So when you look at the chart here, ignorance is the root of, the root in the past. Craving is the root in the present. Because of this root, you do karma, right? Because of karma, you will reset. So therefore, in many sutta, the Buddha talk about the importance of these two roots. So ignorance and craving are the root. We call it the root or mula. So we can find in many places, many suttas. This one we already quoted. Bhava Sutta. That's Ananda. The Buddha taught to Venerable Ananda. For beings hindered by ignorance and fettered by craving, karma is the fee. So you create karma. Consciousness is the seed. Consciousness is like the seed to grow the plant, right? To grow the plant. So when you look at the life of the consciousness of Arahant and the Buddha, the consciousness disappear and cease as soon as they die, right? So there will be no existence to grow, to grow. So that karma is the fee. So that karma is like a fee, No consciousness, no fee. No seed, no fee, right? So there will be no trees, no trees. Craving the moisture. The craving is like a moisture, like a water, right? So here, the life of Arahant and the Buddha, no fee, no seed, no water. So there will be no growing of any trees, right? Any tree or any life. For the consciousness to be established in inferior realm or in superior realm or what is it? Middle, what is it? Sorry? Intermediate, sorry, thank you. Intermediate realm, right? Intermediate realm. So there will be no any type of establish. The consciousness does not establish anywhere. So here, important to know the word establish, not moving. Consciousness is not moving anywhere. Just establish in the human realm. Just establish in the heavenly realm. Your consciousness is not moving from your body. Your consciousness just die in this life. Another consciousness establish in the heavenly realm or Brahma realm or in human realm, etc., right? Etc. So by talking, by understanding the word establish, it's not moving. Your consciousness is not moving anywhere. That consciousness means consciousness dying, right? Then there will be no more consciousness here. Then you, according to your karma, you have a new, another new consciousness were established in somewhere, according to your karma, according to your craving, right? According to your craving and karma, right? So when you look at this discourse, you understand two roots, right? Ignorance and craving. Ignorance and craving. So now we are talking about the original suffering. The original suffering. How suffering originated. Starting from ignorance, right? Depending on I and forms, I consciousness arises. The meeting of the three is called contact. With the contact as condition, there is a feeling. With the feeling as condition, there is craving. Very simple, dependent origination, right? Very simple one. This is the original suffering. So that means craving is the original suffering. If you do not crave for anything, no suffering, no suffering. Now, we'll talk about, we already completed the original suffering, second noble truth. So we study second noble truth based on, by using dependent origination, arising formula. So at the end of dependent origination, the Buddha said that this is death. This is the original, the whole mass of suffering, original suffering, right? Right? So therefore, we use arising formula dependent origination to talk about the original suffering. So therefore, our topic is meditation. One student asked me in earlier time, Bande, is there any connection between meditation and dependent origination? Then I answer, yes, of course. Because we are meditating to remove the original suffering, right? Meditation, the purpose of meditation is to remove the original suffering, right? To remove the original suffering. So therefore, we need to know what are the original suffering. So now, let's talk about cessation of suffering. Cessation of suffering. By referring to Dukkha Sutta, depending on the I and forms, consciousness arises. The medium of the three is contact, because of contact, feeling, because of feeling, craving. Because of feeling and craving. Up to here, same, right? But reminderless fading away and cessation of that same craving comes cessation of clinging. No craving, there'll be no clinging. With the cessation of clinging, cessation of existence. So we have to look at the life of Arahant, right? The life of an Arahant and the Buddha. So this is the perfect example, right? And clear example for us. So that means the Buddha and Arahant, they don't have any craving for existence or anything. Because of that, they don't have a clinging. No clinging, no existence. So they were not, their consciousness does not establish any existence. Consciousness ceases as soon as they die. Because they don't have a ignorance, they don't have a craving and clinging. Because of that, they are not performing any kinds of karma. No karma, then no mind and body, no five aggregate, right? So then, because of that, up to no birth, no aging and death. So that will be deathless. So 100% Nibbana. So therefore, the word amata, deathless, it is another synonym of Nibbana. Another synonym of Nibbana. At the age of 35, Prince Siddhartha became the Buddha. Ascetic Gautama became the Buddha. We call it Kilesa Prinibbana. Kilesa Prinibbana, cessation of defilements, or extinguishment of defilements. So at the age of 35, under the Bodhi tree, ascetic Gautama able to extinguish all type of defilement in his mind. We call it Kilesa Prinibbana. At the age of 80, under the Sad tree in Kusinagara, and the Buddha achieved Khanda Prinibbana, cessation of five aggregate. Cessation of five aggregate. So that means the Buddha able to extinguish all type of aggregate, five aggregate. So that means no more aggregate, no more birth, no more aging, no more death. So that will be amata, deathless, deathless. So here, with the cessation of clinging, cessation of existence, with the cessation of existence, cessation of birth, no more birth. With the cessation of birth, aging and deathless. Cessation of aging and deathless. Cessation of sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure, or despair cease. So aging and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, despair cease. So the Buddha said that such is cessation of this whole mass of suffering. So this is a passing away of suffering. Here you can see cessation of suffering. So that means cessation formula of dependent origination talk about cessation of suffering, right? So therefore, when I introduced dependent origination, I said that dependent origination talk about two things. Original suffering, we already completed, right? The cessation of suffering. Then our suffering cease here. So this is according to Dukkha Sutta. So next week we will study cessation of suffering in details. Now, I want to mention, can I go up to 9:30? Maybe today you practice more patient. Sorry, because there are a lot of delays here, you know. Sorry for that. Because I want to teach complete, I want to say, important one. When ascetic Gautama attained enlightenment, or when he became the Buddha, he joyfully uttered some verses, especially two verses, which are very important because he very happy, you know, his joy so immense that he cannot control. The word came out from his mouth. So we call it udana, utterances, udana. So udana is one of the important texts in Buddhism. So some of the verses, some of the speeches that come out from the Buddha is called udana, utterances. This is one of them. So from Dhammapara. So there are a lot of translation. And I use translation of Bhikkhu Nyanamoli. So from the book, The Life of the Buddha, according to Pali Canon. So here I want to recommend this book, The Life of the Buddha, according to Pali Canon. So it is the best book which talk about the life of the Buddha. So here, so the Buddha after attaining enlightenment, after destroying all asava means taints in his mind. So the Buddha uttered these verses: seeking but not finding the house better. So he was seeking and finding the house better many lifetimes. So the Buddha said, I travel through the wrongs of countless paths. Oh, painful is birth ever and again. Birth is really painful. Because ascetic Gautama, he can recollect countless lives and countless birth and death. So he realized how painful it is, right? So therefore he speak out. How's better? You have now been seen I have seen the house builder. You shall not build the house again. The house here means five aggregate, this body and mind. In other words, five aggregate. You shall not build the house again. Your rafter have been broken down. Your rigged pole is demolished too. My mind has now attained the unfold Nibbana and reached the end of every kind of craving. Here, the craving is house builder. You crave for another existence, another existence, another existence. Because of craving, then you have a existence. You have a birth, aging, and death, right? So when you're able to recollect your past life, when you are able to know the life of other beings, you realize how painful it is, how birth is painful, suffering, how suffering it is. Now the Buddha said that he discovered the house builder. So the builder of this mind and body, that's craving. He already uprooted the root of this body and mind, right? This body and mind. So therefore, in Myanmar, so when we when we have a new Buddha image anywhere, the temple or in the house or in the forest, anywhere, so we recite this one. We call it Nikachari Sansara. Nikachari Sansara. Gatha. And also we recite arising formula of divine origination, and also we recite cessation formula of divine origination. And also we recite a little bit of patana lines. Then, so we consider as the Buddha image is consecrated. The Buddha image can be used right now, right? You bought Buddha image from the shop. They don't consider as a Buddha image. So you need to, the monks need to recite these verses. Then they consider as the Buddha image ready to pay homage. Normally this is a new tradition. It's not so. You bought the Buddha image, you keep somewhere, you can pay homage to the Buddha image. It doesn't matter. Whether you recite these verses or not, it doesn't matter. So the Burmese, most of the Burmese, they think in that way. That's a tradition, tradition. Okay, so now we are talking about cessation formula. So we will use the first discourse, or the first sutta from Nidana Sanyutta, with the remainder fading away and cessation of ignorance comes cessation of volitional formations. If you don't have ignorance, you don't do any karma formation or volitional karma formation. You don't create any karma. You can look at the life of the Buddha and Arahant, right? No ignorance, so therefore, no karma formation. With the cessation of volitional formation, cessation of consciousness, there's no karma, no consciousness, any type. No consciousness, no mind and body, no six sense bases. With the cessation of six sense bases, cessation of contact. The cessation of contact, cessation of feeling. Cessation of feeling, cessation of craving. No craving, no clinging. No clinging, no existence. No existence, no birth. No birth, no aging and death. No sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, despair, cease. All these cease. Such is cessation of this whole mass of suffering. All type of suffering will cease. together with cessation of craving, right? Cessation of craving, clinging, craving and clinging like that, right? So now, we call it cessation formula, right? Cessation formula. It talk about cessation of suffering. So here, cessation of suffering means Nibbana. So starting from next week, we'll study Nibbana topic. Then after that, we'll talk about the Noble Eightfold Path. And the Noble Eightfold Path is nothing but meditation. Actually, among the Four Noble Truths, the first one talk about why we need to meditate, right? Why we need to meditate. Because we have a different type of suffering in our life, right? So therefore, we need to remove it. How? Second Noble Truth, the original suffering, right? By removing the original suffering, right? Then suffering can be ceased. Your suffering can be stopped. That's third Noble Truth. How? By way of the Noble Eightfold Path, right? The Noble Eightfold Path is nothing but meditation. Meditation means to develop the Noble Eightfold Path, right? The Noble Eightfold Path. That's meditation. Okay, so now I will come back to important suttas. We call it Taithayatana Sutta. In English, 3 Satiryan suttas. In other words, 3 type of wrong view in our life. 3 type of wrong view. So when we look at from the Nibbana origination point of view. So according to Taithayatana Sutta, the Nibbana origination clear following wrong views. 3 wrong views. Number one, we call it Pabhikata Hetu, karmic determinism. Wherever this person experiences, whether pleasant, painful, neither painful nor pleasure, all that is caused by what was done in the past. You experience good thing, bad thing, neutral one, wherever, it is because of past life, past karma. That's also wrong view, right? I already explained that, right? So I will not elaborate. So if you study Nibbana origination, karma is just one factor, right? We also have other factor, like defilements, ignorance, craving, clinging. We also have other defilements, just like a consciousness, mind and matter, 6 sense species, contact and feeling. So all these are many causes, right? Many causes. But don't forget that there are other causes that do not mention in arising formula. There are other causes as well, not just 12 factors. In one discourse, and the Buddha talked about 22 factors. So I will not teach here. So what I want to say is there are other factors as well, right? Other factors as well, not just karma. If you think what you experience right now, whether good or bad or neutral, is because of past karma, that's a wrong view. Past karma is just one criteria. It may be or it may not, right? It may not. Number 2, wherever this person experiences, whether pleasure, pain, or neither pain nor pleasure, all that is caused by God's created activity, creation. We call it theistic determinism. Somebody created. You are experiencing good things in your life, God bless me, or Goddess has blessed me. You experience unpleasant thing in this life, God punished me, or Goddess has punished me, like that. So that's a wrong view. That's a wrong view. Nobody punish or nobody rewards you, right? When you look at divine origin, you will know, right? You will know. Because of this, that happened. So by studying divine origination, you remove this type of wrong view as well. So therefore, in Visuddhimagga, when Venerable Buddhaghosa explained divine origination, he said this. After studying divine origination, you will know no God, no Brahma can be formed, creator of samsara's wrong. Empty phenomena roll on, subject to causing condition. So here, empty here means no permanent cell or no permanent entity, right? So phenomena, mental and physical phenomena, roll on. So they are mental and phenomena subject to causing condition. Because of causing condition, they arise, they disappear, right? So no God, no Brahma. So when you study divine origination, you can make a conclusion this one also, right? So therefore, in the history of God, written by Karen Armstrong, so she is a Christian nun. She wrote this book really, very brave, very brave. She said that in the beginning, human beings created a God. Human being created a God because of fear, because of fear. Second week, I have a Dhamma talk. The name is The Nature of Religion. Then I will touch on that. It is the advertisement. I will talk about the nature of religion, the nature of God, the nature of Buddhism, the nature of Buddhism. So here, there's the one thing, right? In the beginning, human being created a God. One of the French philosopher, and he said that for the first time, human being created a God. Later, the God created human being. Same thing, right? Same thing. In the beginning, human beings created a God who was the first cause of all things, according to them, and ruler of heaven and earth. Here, the first cause, everything go back to the God. God created everything, human being, mountains, skies, everything, right? Everything. The first God. According to Buddhism, you cannot find the first cause. It's so long, samsara, even the Buddha cannot discover the first cause of human being, the first cause of this earth, the first cause of this universe. Everything disappear, the new one will replace. Disappear, new one will replace, like that, echoing. So there's no beginning. Later, the Buddha said, later I want to show. He was the God. He was not represented by images and had no temple or no priest in his service at the beginning. At the beginning. No images, no temple, no service, no priest. So she's very brave, very brave. In Visuddhimagga, so Venerable Buddha said that there's no doer, sorry, there's no doer, but the deed. I mean, there's no person, no person. Or one who reap the deed or result, phenomena alone, phenomena here means physical phenomena and mental phenomena. In other words, 5 aggregate. Alone, flow on. No other view than this is right. Okay, I will not explain this one because it's very deep. I already explained that, right? Already explained that. Then third one, third wrong view is whatever this person experiences, whether pleasure, pain, or neither pain nor pleasure, all that occurs without a cause or condition. Without a cause or condition. No cause and condition. Things happen in your life randomly, without any cause, you know. So therefore we call it fate, right? Fatalism. You become rich without any cause and condition, right? You don't believe karma, right? In some people, even they don't want to use the word karma because they're afraid. Okay, now Dipana actually forgot to invite the question. Maybe I was trying to finish this one, otherwise cannot finish. Now, when we talk about Dipana origination versus Four Noble Truths. In the Sattarian Sutta, in the Taitayana Sutta, the Buddha equate second noble truth with the rising order of Dipana origination, rising formula. Second noble truth is the original suffering, right? The original suffering. So in this Sutta, second noble truth is equate with a rising formula of Dipana origination. It is well stated that a rising formula in that with the line such is the origin of this whole mass of suffering. You can see the origin of suffering, right? Cessation order or cessation formula is mentioned as the third noble truth. In other words, cessation of suffering. It is also well set as such because the last line reads, such is the cessation of this whole mass of suffering. And the cessation formula of Dipana origination, right? So here you can see cessation of suffering. Cessation of suffering. The Sattarian Sutta, the Buddha, the first noble truth and the fourth noble truth are explained exactly the same way with the line mentioned in the first sermon, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. So the first noble truth, no different, right? No different. And the fourth one, the Noble Eightfold Path, no different. But only different is the second noble truth and third noble truth, right? A rising formula or Dipana origination talk about second noble truth. Cessation formula, third noble truth, right? That's very rare, very, very rare. So you can find in this sutta. No? Also, when you read some sutta from Nidana Sanyutta and Samdha Nikaya, you can get this one. You can get this one. So here, regarding with the Dipana origination and Four Noble Truths, first Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths is the Dhamma that we must understand to get off circular life or the wheel of life. Why Dipana origination provide ways and means to achieve that goal, Four Noble Truths, number one, suffering, the original suffering. You must know that, right? Cessation of suffering and the way that lead to cessation of suffering. It is, how to say, the Dhamma, what we must know. And dependent origination talk about ways and means, right? Ways and means and the method to stop our suffering. So there's no ignorance, no karma formation, no craving, no clinging, no existence, right? It's ways and means. The Buddha often mentioned that in order to attain enlightenment, one has to understand the Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths. Sutta Nikaya, chapter 56, Sutta number 21. Sutta number 21. Or similarly, the Buddha said that if you want to attain enlightenment, one need to understand dependent origination. Dependent origination. Digha Nikaya, Sutta number 50, Nidana Sutta. So I just give you a few sutta. There are many other sutta as well. So that means, if you want to attain enlightenment, or if you want to become Sotapanna, Sakadagami and Nagami Arahant, you must understand Four Noble Truths. If you understand Four Noble Truths, you understand dependent origination. Four Noble Truths, dependent origination, talk about causality, cause and effect. Because of this happened. Because of this happened. So therefore, Professor Oliver Vinayake said that in the Dhammacakka Bodhana Sutta, the Buddha talk about the first sermon of the Buddha is Four Noble Truths. In Ariya Priyasana Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya Sutta number 26, the first sermon of the Buddha is dependent origination. It looked different, but it's not. The Buddha attained enlightenment. Ascetic Gautama became the Buddha by understanding cause and effect. Cause and effect. In other words, causality. Because of this happened. Because of this happened. So we have to understand causality. Because of that happened. That's enlightenment. That's enlightenment, right? If you understand karma and vipaka, action and reaction, that's enlightenment, right? You understand causality, right? Because of that happened. If you understand Four Noble Truths, suffering, the cause of suffering, cessation or suffering, and the way. That is the causality, right? Causality. And if you understand the dependent origination, because of that happened, causality. Patthana, very complicated and very sophisticated. But if you understand causality much better, right? So therefore, causality is important. You are preparing to go back. Now only one slide. Paticcasamuppada. The Buddha said that. Mahahati Padavama Sutta. Similarly, all the footprint of elephant. Venerable Sariputta said that. Venerable Sariputta said this, quoting what the Buddha taught. In other words, it's not taught by Venerable Sariputta. He just quoted what the Buddha taught. He said, the Buddha said, he who sees Paticcasamuppada sees the Dhamma. He who sees the Dhamma sees the Paticcasamuppada. So here, Paticcasamuppada simply means causality, cause and effect. If you understand something happened in your life because of causes, if you see the causes, you see the Dhamma. If you see the Dhamma, then you will not suffer. You will not suffer. You understand it, you accept it, right? So therefore, Paticcasamuppada here means causality, causing effect. Because of it, that happened. If you understand causality, causing effect in your life, you see the Dhamma, you understand the Dhamma. That's what the Buddha means, right? So therefore, Paticcasamuppada is important because it talks about causality. So here I will make a final conclusion. Final conclusion. What is Buddhism? Buddhism is nothing but study of causality, study of causing effect. You study about karma and vipaka. You study about Four Noble Truths. You study about divine origination. You study about conditional relation, patana. Then you understand the Dhamma. Who see the causality and see the Dhamma. If you don't understand causality or causing effect, you don't understand Buddhism, right? So therefore, when somebody say, what is Buddhism? From another perspective, one perspective, right? Buddhism is nothing but the study of causing effect. Okay, thank you. Let's call it a day. Yo varatam bhavaro manu jesu sakyamuni bhagavakata kecho parakato bala viriya samangi Tan sukatang saranatamu pemi raga viragama ninjama sokan dhamma masangkatama patikulan Madura mimamba kunan suvipatan Dhamma mimang saranatamu pemi Yatacha dena mahapalamahu Chatu susisu purisa yugesu atacha bogal dhammata sate sangamima saranatamu pemi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night, everyone.